So, all right, what do we got?
Mike, kind of an odd situation with the calendar. I think it's been 9 days since that Tech game. Just
Right.
What have these last few days been like getting ready for Notre Dame?
Pretty much needed opportunity to get healthy, both from a physical standpoint, and obviously we suffered a bunch of illness there for a while. To get rest, to be able to focus solely on academics there for a few days, and we were a little rusty when we came back a couple days ago. Yesterday we were really sharp. It's probably as good as we've been. Hopefully we see the same thing today.
Talk about focusing solely on academics.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's no academics to worry about and solely on basketball. How big of an opportunity is that for your team to grow over the next couple of weeks?
It's a great opportunity. It's something we talk about year in and year out. You know, we all want to be pros. Like, all these guys want to be pros one day. And, you know, in essence, over the next, 3-4 weeks, that's what they are. They have an opportunity to focus solely on basketball, to get in the gym a little bit extra, to focus on their bodies and their health and sleep and hoops, and that's it. Very little distraction. So some teams will handle that better than others. Hopefully we're one of the teams that really takes advantage of it.
You know, a long time to stew on that Georgia Tech game, but you're talking about health. You were a couple of guys short there, and you came up a couple of points short.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're back to 100%? You have everybody available for this game, and how much of a difference could that make?
As of right now, right? So for today's practice, as far as I know, unless something changes the next few hours, we're at full strength. We were at full strength yesterday for the first time in a long, long time. And, but you know, you do the best with what you've got, and the guys that played in Atlanta last week played well, and it was arguably our best performance. Came up a little short. I thought Georgia Tech played really well too, and it was a possession here, possession there, a turnover, a missed shot, a mishap in his own responsibility, or a block out, or what have you. But could have gone either way, and I was proud of that performance. We got to build off it and continue to improve.
Both Frank and Carol both spoke about how much that one stung.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you hate to lose like that, but in one sense, to know that that means that much, to come that close and not get the win. You like seeing that? I mean,
definitely.
It means that much.
Yeah, you've got to be competitive.
Yeah.
You've got no chance. It's got to hurt to a certain extent, but we also can't dwell on it. You know, we've got to have a next play, next practice, next game mentality, and watch the film very closely, and not only some of the things that we just talked about that we could have done a little bit better, but we watch some positives too. Like, this is growth, this is development here. This is a play we wouldn't have made 3 weeks ago, so we showed some of that as well.
You didn't know whether you were a Tony Rice or a Rick Myra fan growing up?
Both. Those guys were studs. I was locked into Notre Dame football as a kid. That was my lifelong dream, to play quarterback at Notre Dame. And
Did you play football growing up?
I did, until I transferred to Jesuit High School from Orono High School in Maine to Jesuit High School in New Orleans, and learned quickly that when you're the third string freshman quarterback, you probably need to focus on another sport.
What about Notre Dame basketball? Was that something that you followed?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So then, midway through that freshman year in high school, I put all of my focus into hoops, and got cut by varsity, got cut by JV, played on the freshman team, and at that point it was, maybe I could play basketball at Notre Dame. And they did recruit me a little bit. There was an assistant, Jimmy Black, who would send me letters from time to time. Didn't work out, obviously, but my brother, Danny, who's at Tennessee, actually played for Coach Bray at Notre Dame, so he got a chance to live it, and my other brother, Brian, is a Notre Dame graduate as well.
Jimmy Black, who played in North Carolina?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
How about that?
Yeah.
Would you say your Notre Dame connections resulted in this game, or did this sort of just be born out of the group that sort of?
Yeah, really just, probably first month on the job here, who's available, who's got interest, to play in an event in Atlanta. They happen to be one of the teams. That's it. I'm not overly eager to play Mike Bray. I don't know who is. Just a program I got a ton of respect for, and obviously my father hired Mike Bray, arguably his greatest hire of his incredible career. So it'll be neat to see Coach Bray and to compete against the Irish. It's an honor for our program.
You got a couple of guys on your team who played against Notre Dame last year. If I'm not mistaken, Frank did. I know that. Is that if any help? I mean, as far as this
No,
game
not
goes,
unless we jump in a little 2-3 zone, which needs a lot of work right now. Yeah.
What sort of stands out to you about this Notre Dame team?
Ooh, they're they're pretty extreme in certain areas. You know, they're a very unique team. They're really big. They don't play very deep at all. They really shoot it. They do not turn the ball over, and they play at a very unique pace. You know, you can't speed them up. They're going to do what they do. They shoot the three well. They're really skilled. They're really sound defensively. They're going to keep it in front. We're going to have to make some shots. You know, they do a great job of defending the glass too, and it's been a huge strength of ours. So it might be a little bit more difficult against these guys to get some of those extra possessions.
Will your father be coming down for the game?
I think both my parents will be there. Yeah.
Will this be the first time he's rooting against Notre Dame?
That's a great question. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah.
Cario mentioned the energy at practice. I think he said yesterday, and you had spoke about
Yeah.
it too. Just what stood out about that practice and what everybody brought?
A lot of things stood out. You said energy already. You just the obvious, just the energy. You could feel it. Guys were excited to be there. We addressed our guys a couple days ago. It was almost, and you deal with that sometimes, unfortunately, in these spans, you know, of 12 days between games. Academics is over with. I really don't have anything else to do. Sometimes it can backfire and it can become drudgery. And so the challenge a couple days ago as we were leaving practice was, guys, I don't understand why we weren't incredibly excited to be here today. I know we came off a tough loss. We got a great opportunity this weekend. And guys this group's always responded to those little chats, you know, whether it's amongst each other or it's staff to guys or, you know, we're all talking together. It's a group that's very receptive along those lines. And came out yesterday and we were fantastic. Not that we made every shot. We did turn the ball over a few times, of course. But our energy level, our focus, our attitude was really good yesterday. And that's what you're looking for every day.
Did you mentioned this? They don't go very deep, or they don't try to go very deep.
Right.
You guys, by contrast, play a lot of guys.
I mean, twice as many guys, really.
Yeah. Is that can be an inherent advantage in this game, or is it just style?
See, could be an advantage, could be a disadvantage. I just don't know. I don't know how much. You know, we're still searching ourselves. If we're just dead set on we've got to play really, really fast and we've got to play a bunch of guys, we'd sell out to it. I'm not sure that we've made that decision to sell out to how many we're playing, how fast we're playing. Our tempo's a little faster than theirs, but we've had some positivity from playing a little faster, and we've also struggled when we've played a little faster too. So we're trying to find that happy medium of how many we're playing, how many minutes guys are getting, of course, what our rotation is, and what exactly is our best tempo offensively and defensively.
You've talked all season about growth, and you said earlier that there were some things that y'all have done recently that you didn't do a couple weeks ago. Where do you think that this team has grown the most, and where do you think they still can grow?
Sure, offensive rebounding, defending the three, we're both, in both those categories, I want to say we're top 10 or near top 10 nationally. The glaring weakness with this team right now, it's not even close, there's not a close second, is our ball security, the decisions that we've made with the basketball. We had 8, I want to say, until the last 3 or 4 minutes at Georgia Tech, which gives you a chance to steal one on the road in the ACC. We have 3 or 4 down the stretch. You know, it's just both examples of what it could be. You know, and not that anything was perfect during those first 36 minutes. We were far from, again, our ceiling. Georgia Tech too. You know, it's early in the year for all of us, but that's the category that we've got to continue to improve. But there's others as well. You know, we threw out some zone, probably more than we wanted to, kind of in fear that how many guys were going to be available and all this, and it wasn't great. It backfired on us a little bit. We spent a little time trying to improve some zone. I don't know how much you can zone such a skilled team like Notre Dame, but who knows if you throw it out there or not. Got to improve with that. We got to improve with our transition defense. Our defensive rebounding has gotten better. Our overall execution, you know, I go back to turnovers. A lot of it is not early on. A lot of it you could kind of pinpoint emotional decisions, erratic decisions, overly competitive decisions in terms of I got to go make a play. They just went on a 5-0 run. Just an incorrect. We can't. Since those have actually reduced a little bit, and now it's, if you study our numbers, it's incredible how many turnovers are just illegal screens or stepping out of bounds or, you know, just unforced decisions that should be a little bit easier to control and to fix.
How important is it to win again against a quality team like this? What do you view, because you've had some opportunities. You view the SEC has so many quality teams that you're going to have plenty of that when the conference play is.
Yeah, we're just not in a position right now where we're focused on the postseason. I just being honest, just we got to get better today. I hope that in a month I'm able to answer that with quality wins and computer numbers and all that stuff. We're not that good right now. We're not. We're trying to be that good. We show glimpses of it, but yeah, this will be a comparable to an SEC level game. We've got a bunch of them. Great opportunity for us, for a win, but for development as well.
How was Frank's conference kind of grown over the last few weeks, Frank Angelo?
Kind of going up and down a little bit, like a few guys. And in Frank's defense, he doesn't know that he's just going to get 30 minutes either, too. So he's fighting through that healthy competition that we have. Had a good practice yesterday. He's a guy that could be a high-level defender and finisher, and also with him and a few guys, we've kind of pivoted a few times here offensively to try to find an identity, a certain way to play that gives us best chance, and so he's trying to figure that stuff out and overcome that as well.
Cool.
Any other questions for Coach? Awesome.
Thanks.